Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Glad to have you tuned in with us this afternoon. As you're just coming into the program, I want to let everybody know we have Jay Bird, Robert Dickerson in with us. Some of y'all know him by the Big Blue Hunter. As Chad Bryant calls him, he is the Flathead Finder. And I got my co-host sitting over here, and I'm telling you, he's got a shirt on over here. Look for him in a Walmart store coming to near you. I
That's
wish they
right.
were, Joey.
That's right.
Welcome to SmackDown Catfish Talk this afternoon. Guys, I want you to go ahead and start sharing this right here. Tag a couple friends. Let's make tonight an epic night. We got Jay Bird. Some of y'all, that's what I call him. We got him on the program with us tonight. Joey, how's your day been going, man, and what's been going on with you?
Well, it's been going good. Fished the last few days and just got it put all over me. So today I stayed around the house and had to take my boy to a doctor's visit. But other than that, I ain't done, as Stacy Gaston would say, I ain't done nothing. Looking forward to Big Blue Hunter, though.
Well, I'm telling you, Joe, I worked today, man. I done some work today, so I'm a little bit on the tired side. I got up this morning, got to work pretty early, and I worked till about 3 o'clock this afternoon, pretty hard at it. So, guys, good to have y'all in. We got a very special guest with us. I got to meet this guy several years ago, and me and him's been acquainted here for several years. Got to fish a little bit together. I had the opportunity to carry him out and put him on his personal best blue cat, ain't that right? And
yes, sir.
Got his name is Robert J. Dickerson. I call him Jay Bird, and I think he goes by the handle the Big Blue Hunter. Welcome to the show, Robert.
Thank you, Mr. Gaston and Joey Kirby. How's it going, everybody?
Yes, sir. How's your day been going, my friend?
It's a little tough. I had a dog pass away on me, but we made it through it today, and I'm trying to be positive, be on the show with my buddies.
Yes, sir. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we're going to do a couple giveaways tonight, so make sure you put in the comments, SDC. We got a lot of people already tuned in with us. I got about 140 viewers here with Facebook and YouTube that's tuned in. A lot of people, I know y'all fly by my chat so fast, so it's hard to keep up with everybody that's going on. So y'all excuse us if we miss some of the questions. As we start this program this afternoon, if you have any questions and stuff, Joey keeps a lookout for that. So be sure to just pop that in there, and we'll try to make sure we get to some of these. Got Michael Graham tuned in with us, and old Kevin Keegan. He's out there. He's tuned in with us this afternoon. Hey, Dougie Walker's tuned in with us tonight, Joey.
Yes, sir.
Blessings of the Lord be upon you, Doug. Just constantly praying for you, my friend, and hoping you get to feeling better every day and continue to progress the way that you're coming, man. Love you, brother. Joey, you got anything else you want to say before we get started here this afternoon?
Before we start, I'd just like to tell Big Blue Hunter that he's probably one of my favorites. I got 2 or 3 favorites on Facebook, and he's right there. Whether it's deer hunting, just chatting, showing some setups, always 100% positive. You don't see nothing negative said out of him. Always smiling and woo-weeing and having a good time, and that's what it's all about. So I'm not really lost at work with Blue Hunter because it's nothing but positive from him, and I've been looking forward to getting him on here and people picking his brain a little bit. And by the way, Stacy, I don't know if you knew it or not, but I keep up with him so well. I know he's doing a few catfishing tournaments now, and he's not doing too. He's putting it on them pretty good.
Hey, Joey, from my neck of the woods of where I come from, he's like the Jeffersons. He just moving on up.
He's getting it, ain't
he? He's moving right on up to the top,
yes, sir.
son.
I enjoy him. I enjoy him. I enjoy him.
Jay Bird, I'm going to ask you a couple of things this afternoon. I don't know how we met. It's been several years ago. I know we got acquainted. You messaged me one time, and we just started talking from there. We've been on a couple of fishing trips together, and I just want you to start off, man. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started fishing.
Right. Well, I started roughly about 4.5 years ago. My first tournament, river, first anything, monster.
Jay Bird, you're breaking up on us. Y'all guys hang in here with us just a minute. Jay Bird's got some service issues here, so Jay Bird, maybe you get tuned back in here in just a minute. We done lost service with you. Guys, I don't know if you've been keeping up with us. I know we're in a time of the year right now, man, spawn, where I fish at, and I probably where Joey fishes at too. Man, it's been sort of rough. This time of the year is really tough on me. I've yet to try to figure them out, and yet to figure out that spawn time of the year, so I can't hardly do nothing this time of the year, Joey.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the spawn is here in Owensboro, the Kentucky, Ohio River area. I've been on the Green River, and I do know the water temperature is about 70 degrees. It's usually pretty close to now, but I can tell you right now, I couldn't tell you the difference or not, because they have had. I've been 3 days this week, and I caught one pretty good size channel cat. Other than that, I've bumped, I've walked baits, I've anchored up, I've spot locked on stuff, I've suspend drifted. I've done it all. I've had pretty good fresh bait. I couldn't find them on the Green River. I have not fished the Ohio River, but I have fished the Green River all over, and I've nothing I've done has worked.
You know what I would like to know from the viewers we have tuned in here with us is what is some things that they do when they're looking for fish during this spawn time of the year. Is there a secret to this right here? Something they can do to encourage a bite? I know we had a guy that just tuned in with us. I think it was this is Marty High Note. He says flatheads are on fire on Wheeler. They fished up there on Wheeler Lake, I think. Marty and Mark, I don't know if Mark fished with you or not, Marty, but y'all two fished together. But I know that y'all did catch the big fish the other day up there on the Bama Blues. If I ain't badly mistaken the name of the tournament. So, yes, them flatheads have been on fire up there.
Big Blue Hunter, you back in? Can you hear us?
He's still froze up.
Yeah, if somebody's trying to call him, they may want to wait till it's over, because he is on here on his phone. So, yeah. Stacy, I don't.
My phone.
He's still froze up. Go ahead, Joey.
I've sure tried focusing on some flatheads several times this week too, and the flathead fishing in our area is hit or miss, really. There's been so many hoop netters and stuff like that, and a lot of years they've targeted those big flatheads. And our Green River, man, is it's perfect, looks perfect. It's full of structure and stuff, and you just can't, you'll catch 2 or 3 pretty good ones a year. You may catch a few small ones, but there's Big Blue Hunter back now.
Jay Bird, have you're going in and out on us there, Jay Bird? He's
I'm trying.
He's staying froze up on us.
My phone.
Oh, Kevin Walter said they've been smoking them up on Ohio.
My phone ain't wanting to stay. I had it charged.
Kevin Walter said they've been smoking them up for the last 2 days on Ohio. I don't know what part of the Ohio he fishes on.
I don't know. I haven't. It fell like a rock here the last couple of days, and I haven't even been. I'm
gonna have to cut out on y'all. My phone ain't working good.
Yes, sir. Michael Graham said that the surface temperature where he was at was 74 degrees, And Michael, that's about the same thing it is where we're at here. I'm here in South Alabama. I know people see me fish on Wheeler some, and they probably think that I'm from that area. But I actually live down here in South Alabama. I'm about 100 miles from the Gulf.
Cut out, fellas.
And so the surface temperature here is around that 70, somewhere around the 74 mark too. And I've noticed the last couple of years, June has really been tough on me. You can catch some smaller fish, but really targeting the bigger fish has been hard for me down here on the body of water where I'm at when it gets in that 70-ish water temperature area. And I always, you got to have some excuse. So I always blame it on the spawn time of the year. And I feel like I'm in a good crowd of people because I see a lot of great fishermen also doing the same thing. And it is tough to target in and to catch a good quality fish and catch them pretty consistent this time of the year.
Yep. It's when I was at the Green River the last few trips, it was 70 degrees. And scrolling through all these comments, there's several people that saying they've caught some big ones on the Kirby rig this past week with live bait and all of that. I'm glad it's working for y'all because it's flat not doing nothing for me right now. But
Tommy Ernest said he was going to be chasing some flatheads down there in the Panhandle of Florida this weekend. Tommy, I sure hope, man, you get a hold to a big one. And Tommy, do me and Joey a favor. If you get a hold to a big one down there, I know y'all probably fish on the Apalachicola River. Why don't you post it on SmackDown Catfish's page? Maybe do us a video and let us see what's going on. It's been a while since I've seen you do some, man, and you're overdue for a big flathead, my friend.
Stacy?
Yes, sir.
Steve Stacy said, maybe you need to come here and show me where to fish. I welcome you all. Come on down here and show me. I threw all that hogwash out the window years ago. I'm always willing to learn. If you can come down here and these waters right here in Owensboro and the Green River area and show me where to catch them, I'm all ears, buddy. Bring it on.
Somebody asked here, did we change species during the spawn? It's done almost run past me. Matter of fact, it was Big Fish Lonnie asked, did we change species during the spawn? Lonnie, I still try to go out and target big catfish, and sometimes I catch some, and sometimes I get a bunch of small bites. Me and my wife does this time of the year. We do spend a little bit of time going brim fishing. Me and her both enjoy going out and trying to catch some bluegills, and I think we may do that this Friday or Saturday. My dad just come in today. He had been fishing with a buddy, and I think they come in. They had 96.
I'm gonna have to leave, y'all.
My dad was saying they was like this right here. So
sorry.
I was asking him, where'd y'all catch him at? I was trying to figure out his honey hole.
Yeah. I don't seem like Big Blue Hunter can get his connection going. I hate that. No. I was ready to pick his brain a little bit. He probably could have a few suggestions for us, right? But I normally, as far as switching up, the blues, it seems to me, spawn quite a bit earlier than the flatheads. So usually in Kentucky, this area, June is probably the worst. If there is such thing as worst month of fishing, it's June. Some people, whether it be, don't want to bother them when they're spawning. I still fish. I do a lot of marking trees and structure and stuff. You may, in this time of June, just target flatheads because I think they go on spawn quite a bit later in the year as far as blues in this area.
I've tried to do some studying and some reading on this. And I know probably everybody has got an opinion about it. I try to just look, and I've studied last year and went through a lot of books and stuff and seen about the spawn of blue cat fishing. And just like with a lot of anglers, I got a lot of mixed results, but I did come to figure out that from what I'd seen, them blues is going to spawn before the flatheads. And that water temperature is what's going to control whether they spawn or not. Somewhere around the 70s, 75, when it gets around that 70 degrees water temp, them blues is going to start looking for somewhere to spawn. And from what I've seen also, the flatheads is going to come after that, and it's going to be somewhere in the upper 70s into the 80-ish markets when they're going to start. From what I've seen and what I've studied, I can't verify that because I did see a lot of mixed results, but I would say that's pretty close because you always seem to find that the blues going to go earlier. And I tell you one way, guys, if you are probably concerned or wondering about this, when it starts that pre-spawn and you go out and start catching, if you catch some during that time, you're going to find, man, that they're really beat up. Their heads, I've caught them where it looked like somebody just cut a hunk out of the head. I mean, down to the raw meat, right on top of the head. And when you start seeing that and start seeing around the lips all scarred up, them fish is getting ready to go into spawn or spawning at that time. And most of the time, you can catch them after pre-spawn, but sometimes after that you go into a lull and you think I just can't catch them. The problem is I don't know where them fish go if they're in holes. I always said they was in holes because you see these guys that's doing the noodling. This is when they're out noodling, is in the spawn, and they're reaching up in holes and catching these fish. So that's my idea of it, and I think that's one of the things that they're doing when you see them doing this.
There's several mentioning the Ohio River here, and it's just been in our area. It's been crazy. I mean, just pretty much. I guess there'll be a lot of people that go against what I say, but it's just, if you look out there and there's great big trees floating and all of that, to me, it's pretty unfishable. Not that I won't get out there, but the Green River is so much easier. The ramp stays pretty clean. You can always get around a corner and get out of the debris, or get out of a corner or go down to another stretch and get out of the wind. So I can't say nothing about the Ohio River. I take that back. Ryan and I went up to Rocky Point a couple days ago and walked baits most of the day and had 3 or 4 good bites. That was it. So I take that back. I fibbed. I have been on the Ohio River, but my local area here, I haven't fished it in a few weeks. So, but yeah, Stacy, I think you're right. So I really can't tell if they're close to being spawned because I haven't caught any to see if they are marked up. So, but I'm like you. I do think the flatheads are little ways after the blues.
Well, here on the river that I fish on, y'all hang on just a second. I was trying to pull up something here. One of the rivers that I fish on the Alabama River, a lot between Montgomery and the Camden area. And just probably it's been over a month ago that I had the very best trip that I've ever had on this part of the river. My 6 biggest fish, and this is a rarity, but my 6 biggest fish come one night. Big Daddy James Lauder, I don't know if he's tuned in with us. He come out and he took some pictures of them. But I had my 6 biggest fish off of this part of the river on Miller's Ferry weighed 212, or it was over 200 pounds. And I had 4 that was over 30 and one that was over 50. But during that time, they was a little scarred up. I did catch them fish I caught them fish at night. So after that, I did notice, them fish was getting a little bit scarred up, and the ones I caught a little bit later, so like they started to get a little bit, scarred up worse, and it just come almost cut off to nothing. My last 2 trips has been nothing but little ones, so I don't know what happened to them.
Stacy, Brian Norsworthy wants to give away a Catfish in America decal, and he said he has it in his hand. So I seen that a few minutes ago, and anybody on here, I don't ignore anybody. I may not see it, so you may have to type it a time or two. We get with anybody that's on here. That's what this whole show is about. All of us chatting together and chit chatting, and that's what it's all about to us. And Stacy, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Big Blue Hunter said he apologizes and thanks for the opportunity. We'll do it again as he's having some phone issues. So
that's what I was trying to get pulled up when I hit that other thing.
Yep. I hate it. I was looking forward to chit chatting with him tonight.
Hey, well, we might as well go ahead and do this right here. Since Brian has done jumped in, we might as well go ahead and give away the stuff that he wants to give away tonight. He got a decal and stuff, and we'll do that giveaway right now since he done made mention of this. And I want to say this before everything that we give away on here, nobody sponsors this program. This right here is just something that we do. The people that come on here and give stuff away, some of them y'all know, some people have made donations to give away because they enjoy this program, and I cannot express to you enough of how much we appreciate everything that's done. We absolutely get paid zero money for this, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. I had several people that's asked about, hey, we want to become sponsors and pay y'all something. I've said, no, we're going to leave it just like it is. We on here to have a good time. We're not on here to make money. We on here to just share the knowledge, share entertainment to you, and maybe help your Tuesday night go by a little bit better. Yep. So we want to just thank, so your people that you see that's on here that donate prizes, they do it out of their heart there, and we thank y'all so much for that. So let's go ahead and give away this on this. I hope they got SDC smacked in here because we fixing to give this right here away, Joey.
Stacy, with you saying that, there is a couple fellas that always wants to contribute and donate for us to give away that don't like to be mentioned. So those few that do that, we are so thankful. And also, I'm gonna throw this in there real quick. I got the last Tuesday of this month will be June the 30th. That will be my birthday. I had one of the fellas get a hold of me, and there's going to be, I'm thinking it's either $250 or $500 worth of gift cards and stuff like that given away on that show. And we'll probably have some Foley spoons. He's donated some spoons to send out to some people. There's a bunch of people behind the scenes, like I said, that really don't like to be mentioned. But the last Tuesday of this month, and Stacy, I believe if it gets big enough, we may have to end up meeting somebody down Alabama, because I believe that's on you. But I think that offer still stands.
That offer always stands. If we go over 500 viewers, there's a free fishing trip with us. And I don't know if I'm going to tell you, and I'm just going to put this out there, because the last time I made mention of it, and I said, guys, if we hit it, we're going on a fishing trip and this next week, and we put 3 in the boat over 80 pounds in that trip. And hey, that could have been somebody, and I'm telling you, you go fishing with me, if the rod goes down, it's yours. I don't touch it unless I reach up and set the hook. I will do that now.
It depends on how hard it goes down.
That's exactly right. And, you know, sometimes your instincts, it's just jump there and grab it, and you sit it and you like, hey, you better come here and get your hands full because he's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go ahead right now, Joey.
Hey. Before we give that away, I'm gonna say this. That don't include me when I go with him. So all of y'all that are throwing that stuff at me, Steve, Stacy, and all of y'all that are throwing it at me, I got broad shoulders, but I will not reel his rods in.
Guys, let me just tell y'all, I begged him last time. I just wanted to get the upper hand on him. I wanted to hold that over your head, Joey, so bad.
I just I enjoy being out there, man.
Man, and
that's the way it goes.
Me and you both. And man, I love fishing with you. We have such a great time, and we carry on like this all the time when
We
we
do.
out there. Hey, let's go ahead and give that Catfish America thing away. If you'll give me a number let's go between 1 and 5. I'm gonna choose somebody.
Let's do number 3 tonight. Robbie Dole, what do you say, buddy? Alan Shepard, Steve Stacy, Catfish.
Well, I just made mention of his name, and he pops up right here. Tommy Ernest.
Tommy Ernest. Chris Riley's tuned in. He's been on some good fish on the bank.
Who's that?
Chris Riley, him and his little son. He's the bank
Hey, Tommy,
king.
if you would contact me on Facebook Messenger, and I'm gonna get your address and stuff right there, and we're gonna get this stuff sent to you from Catfish America. He's got a few things there for you, and we'll make sure that right there gets to you.
Stacy, there's a Michael Graham on here says he has 2 SmackDown rod holders he would like to give away.
Well, hey, we might as well. Hey, I tell you what, right here on that, let's just go ahead and do that. Michael, we're going to give them away, and I reckon you'll be in charge of just shipping them to them. So we'll go ahead and do that right there if you want to. So give me another number between 1 and 5 there.
Let's do number 4. Edward Anderson. He said, I got plenty of veterans that would love to fish with you all. I can't take them all myself. I sure try, though. Well, Edward Anderson, if you have any veterans in the Owensboro, Kentucky area, 95% of the time I fish by myself. You get them in touch with me, and they will go fishing absolutely for free. Chad Bryant.
All right, on the two rod holders from Michael Graham. Let me write this down. This is going to be Edward Anderson. Edward Anderson. That's Andersen. Edward, if you would, you can contact me on Facebook Messenger up under Stacy Gaston or through SmackDown Catfishing, and we'll make sure that you get these 2 rod holders. I get that information there to Michael Graham, and he'll make sure he gets it to you. So let me write this down. Go ahead there, Joey.
Talking smack, no slack. Gaston's in there just blowing me up, Stacy. He's wearing me out. Stephen Crock, Tommy Ernest, Ken Brogdon, Chris Badgett, Tommy Ernest, Will Timmy. He said, cross his eyes, Stacy Gaston. He does do that, Will. Michael
did you say Ken Brogdon was tuned in?
I don't know who all I read, Stacy.
Ken Brogdon is a guy that a neighbor of mine, and me and him went to high school together, played football together, and grew up hunting and fishing together. Ken, good to have you tuned in.
He's tuned in and putting SDC, just blowing it up. Got my buddy Robbie Dole from here around town. Robert Dickerson still tuned in. He just can't get much service.
Guys, I'm going to share this. I hate that he didn't have good service here tonight. We was not able to get him in. If you do not keep up with, I think it's up under Robert J. Dickerson. You can go to his Facebook page and you can watch him. He puts a lot of stuff out there. Very passionate about what he does. He works very hard at what he does. I don't know of another guy that's in the catfishing community that is this passionate about it as Jay Bird is.
That's right.
Guys, if you don't follow him on Facebook, as I would say, if you ain't tuned in to him, you need to be.
Yeah, him and his partner at David in the Woods. Them 2 guys right there are they're some knowledgeable catfishermen. They show you their setups. They'll even show you how they're anchoring up, what they're doing. And both of them are in their area down there. They're hard to handle right now.
Yeah.
In the tournament.
Samantha Caudill had put on here, they caught some flatheads this weekend. I'm going to say they fish up there on the Tennessee River. And it said they looked like they needed stitches in their head. So with the water temperature where it's at, around this 75, I would say them flatheads is probably getting ready to do what they're going to do too. And I don't know how long they stay on, spawn as far as the blue cats and stuff. I do know that last year, and I don't know what the water temperature was, but when July gets here, most of the time, man, if you know where to look, you can get right back on them old big blues. And Joey, I had a guy that asked me the other day because for years I was just when I trophy catfish, and I started this probably um it's over 10 years now. I've been saying 10 years for the last 4 or 5 years, so it's probably been
Yeah.
12 to 15 years that I started focusing on trophy catfish. And I used to just sort of focus on them during the wintertime. And I really would just target in. This is what I look for. Uh, but since being sort of, I reckon, obsessed with trying to catch big catfish,
Mhm.
it's just become a year-round thing for me. And I've caught big catfish in the wintertime, and I've caught them in the dead of the summer.
All right.
It's just a matter of trying to find them and find where they're at, locate them, spend a little bit of time looking. Uh, just it's different water conditions. I think one of the things that gets us fouled down is we try to do the same techniques for wintertime, and we are one technique all year long. And I ain't saying nothing about the technique, but maybe you need to look in different places as the water gets hotter. This is one of the things that I do here in July. This is just the thing that I do. People may do something totally different. But if I'm going out in the middle of July and the water temperature is really hot, I'm looking for some pretty deep water. And I'm going to say somewhere, 40 plus foot deep is where I'm going to start looking at. And I'm looking for them channels right there. And most of the time, when you can find them and you find the right conditions, you may just be surprised at how they may be stacked up.
Right.
You may want to hit up, try to check and see if your depth finder is even working right, because me and Joey has seen the thing just cluttered all up, and I'm like, my Lord, if this is fish, we fixing to turn them up, and
Yeah.
they were.
Stacy, I tell you, some of my best fishing is in the dog days of summer. I will tell you this: a lot of people don't like their secrets or whatever, and I share what's been shared with me. A lot of these people in our area, when these hot water days come, try to find you some moon eye. Them fish. You can try skipjacks. I've never have been a shad fan. Some people love them. Shad are just harder to find around here nowadays. But if you can get you some moon eye, when that water gets up there close to 80 degrees, try it. It's real oily. You can probably use 1 or 2 pieces of moon eye all day long, and they just chew on it and they love it. But in this area here, that works well. But some of my favorite time of fishing is July and August and September. Used to be. Now that I'm getting older, I got a canopy on my boat that I'm going to be using now. But used to, I would sit out there in a pair of shorts, no shoes, no shirt, and a aluminum boat and fry like an egg. I've never claimed to be very smart, but if I can help it, that top will be up nowadays.
Joel, I'm gonna share this little story with you because you made mention about people don't want to share secrets, and what I've come to find out of fishing over the years, there's not really many secrets out there.
There's not.
Somebody's always thinking, well, I got this secret spot, and when they leave it, or before they ever even got there was somebody already fishing. I remember one time me and my uncle was going, and this is when I learned a great lesson. I says, Ricky Mac, we fishing go up here and fish a spot don't nobody know about. Nobody knows about this spot. And boy, we was tearing out the river, and when we got up there was 3 boats, and he looked at me, he says, I didn't think nobody knew about this spot. I said, I learned then, there ain't many spots that somebody already don't know about.
Hey, they didn't until I started Facebooking live and right here.
Well, and this was before cell phones ever even come in,
Yeah.
and we didn't even have that technology. And you hear people all the time say, we got this secret spot we fishing, and it's up here. And I'm like, man, we fish that all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people think, well, we got this spot, nobody else can come to it. I'm like, man, people fish this all the time.
I can tell you there's very few from Cannleton to Newburgh in my area. There's very few spots that I haven't, not maybe I may not have caught them in that area, but I'm out there, and it's there's a few really hot spots, you know, and just got to find them there certain times of the year. You know, that's a big key to fishing is that spot and fresh bait. You know,
it is. Chad Smith just commented on here a few minutes ago that I reckon they noodling for catfish is what they do. And he says that the noodling is really good right now, which lets me know, I don't know where he's fishing at, but it does let me know them fish are spawning if that's what they're doing. So that's where they catching them at. And there's a couple of guys around here that does that. They do it, take photos, do videos, release them. And they told me the other day, said it's really good right now. So that's probably a lot of what you see that's going on with them.
Looks like Michael Malott said with electronics, there's nowhere to hide. Michael, I sure couldn't find them with my electronics. And a lot of times, you know, with electronics, a lot of people, I call it cheating, I guess, but you know what, Stacy, you can stand behind this statement 100% too. A lot of times you don't see them fish on the fish finder. A lot of times you do not.
Especially them flatheads, is people is fishing for flatheads, and I hear it all the time. Did you see them fish? I'm like, no, I didn't see them fish, but I thought we was in a fishy place, so I figured we'd give it a try, you know. And
there's several people talking about the moon eye now. Here in the Kentucky area, I know the Ohio area and stuff, you'll catch them along barge seams. I catch them up here at the OMU used to, and they just shut it down. But any kind of moving water behind any kind of current break, and a lot of times you catch them on a bobber and a cricket, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 foot deep or something. But if you're there in your area, some people call them golden eye, moon eye. They're a scaly herring type fish, real oily, and they are really good fish bait. You can Google them and see if you have them in your area, and you can check them out. But in this warm water, they're deadly.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
That's what I'll say about them.
Evidently, Chad Bryant and my son, Zach Gasson, has teamed up on his comments. I don't know what all was being said, but guys, y'all can't pay no attention. If y'all see a guy on here by the name of Zach Gasson, y'all can't pay a bit of attention to what he's saying. That's my oldest son right there.
Hey, that, by the way, that's Stacy's son, and I nickname him Talking Smack, No Slack Zach is what he is.
Hey, you know, Paula Smith, and I know she is a great catfisherman. They catch a lot of flatheads. This is the same thing I believe here. She made a comment here, and I'm going to try to pull it up before it gets away from me. They're buried in the mud. And Paula, I believe the same thing. And when they're buried down like that, you just ain't gonna be able to find them fish on that. If you're trusting totally 100% and you're looking for them on your chart, they get buried down in that mud. Hey, you just ain't gonna find them. And I said they get in them treetops, you know, them flatheads. They get in there and they get buried up in there and hunkered up on them. And see guys all the time. I'm looking for fish, but didn't find any. And we rode for 30 minutes or an hour. I'm like, if you don't rode that long, you need to be stopped somewhere. And my patience is about this long, Joey. And I'm like, hey, if we ain't found somebody this far, they here, we just can't find them. We got to just go back and start fishing structure and fishing rocks, because them fish are here somewhere. And I figured out they've been buried in the mud. A lot of times you can discover this when you catch a blue cat. You know, you see it real good on him. That blue cat's a lot light on the belly, and you pull him up and he's got mud stains all over him. First thing it tells me, they in the mud. He's
Yeah.
down, hunkered down on the bottom.
Stacy, would that make sense? They hunker down in that mud, maybe when the water gets warm to cool them off, maybe.
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you this also. It seems like here locally where I fish, I don't see it as bad because I don't fish the Tennessee River. I don't fish it, but probably 4 to 5 times a year. I might maybe 3 to 4 times, somewhere between 3 and 5 times a year that I fish the Tennessee River. So there's not a lot of there's not a big current river. But on the here where I fish on the Alabama River, when it's flooded, when it's up and running, you don't hardly see them fish. And I know that I think that swift current pushes them down. I say push them down. I think they hunker down in that mud to get out of that current a little bit,
Yeah.
And I don't know about the summertime stuff, you know what I mean? But I do know that seems like that swift water here sort of pushes them down and gets them hunkered in. So I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but it seems like that's what they do.
Stacy, I don't know if we can do this or not, but Big Blue Hunter's saying I can't remember who won the rod holders. Maybe if he wanted to donate them or something. It said that the guy that won the rod holders would like to donate to veterans. So maybe if you talk to him late or something, and that's what he wants to do, maybe we can do something next week for veterans to put something in.
We'll make that happen right there.
Yeah.
We'll make that happen. I think that was Edward Anderson I had down here for the rod holders. So I'll make a note of that. He'll contact me, and we'll get that right there from there.
Yeah.
Clint's on here, and this has been running for a while. Guys, Catfish for Veterans is raffling off a Sea Art Pro Cat 240. Only selling 1,000 tickets, and they're $100 each. So if you're wanting a new boat, $100 is a pretty good chance. You got a 1 in 1,000 chance. That's better than playing the lottery and getting you a scratch-off ticket, I reckon. So, and all proceeds go to the local veterans home. Go to Catfish for Veterans Facebook page, and you can check them out there, guys. This guy's Clint has told me about this, and the guy that runs this has contacted me over the last couple of months. Guys, go there to that page right there if you want to support something. I've talked to him personally over the phone. Sounds like a great guy, and he's got a great cause that he's doing.
The Edward fella said he will get with you, Stacy. He's a paramedic and he's out on a call. So, but
yes, sir. Ain't no big deal. Ain't no big deal.
Yep.
But let's go ahead right now.
All of them throwing stuff my way about dragging and drifting and bumping, and I trust me, I did it all the last 3 days. Every bit of it. I pulled planer boards, pulled structure snakes, Kirby rigs, bottom bounce, Stacy Gaston rigs, talking smack Zach rigs. I did it all, and it wasn't happening. So I got some bad juju.
Hey, let's go ahead. We're going to do another giveaway tonight. Hey, and let me go ahead and share this, guys. Just want to give you a heads up. We're going to do another giveaway next week. Steve and Rachel Stacy has donated, and we're going to give away a real catnapper's rod here on this program next week. So make sure you tune in for that.
Good deal. Stacy, I watched them last night. I believe I watch them whenever I can remember that they're on doing lives, but I believe they got a big shipment of rods in. I believe they were saying it was today or something. So if you're a real catnappers rod fan, I can't tell you the names of the rods, but I know they sell out pretty quick. So that's usually an indication that they're pretty good rods. So you may holler at them. It's the Real Catnappers, Steve Stacy and his wife. They normally have a weekly show as well. Good people. If they would stay away from dust and foul, they'll even be better people.
Zach said his rig would just have the line in the water. Hey, I know we got to move on, but I got to tell y'all this. If y'all never met my son and his wife, Macy Kane, Macy likes to catfish, and Zach likes to bass fish. And the last time, it wasn't the very last time he was off fishing, but Zach wants to troll up beside the bank. So Macy had done seen where I do that dragging baits for catfish. She
Dustin,
threw her rig out the back of the boat while Zach's trolling up the side of the bank catfish, and she's back there catching catfish.
Steve Stacy said, he said he ain't caught a catfish since he lost his lucky hat on Wilson. Hey, whatever I've done, I'll do it right here in front of the show and everybody. Whatever I've done, I apologize. But they have flat put it on me the last few weeks, but I'm still out there.
Hey, Joey, let's go ahead and I want to give this away. Guys, Rusty Jackson, he introduced me to the structure snakes probably 2 years ago or so, and I fell in love with them. This is my dragging weight of choice. This is what I use, structure snakes.
I got one.
If you're looking for something, I reckon Joey's going to get us one. We're going to give away a pack of the 3-ounce structure snakes. You can contact me and I can get you in touch. Get the address to Rusty Jackson, and we can give them away. That's them right there. They have been very successful for me.
They're good.
Yeah, they're as good as anything on the market that you want to see. I've used all kind of stuff, and I prefer me personally. I prefer them over anything out there. I really love them. So, guy, let's go ahead and give us away, and give me another number right here, Joey.
Let's do number 4. And Dustin's blowing me up, so I don't know what he's got going on, Stacy. I did hear that he's got his new Catfish Lives Matter 2 boat out for a wrap, so y'all stay tuned to check that out. I also want to give a big shout out real quick to Dale Dunaway. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Usually, if we don't have something that somebody's volunteered for us to give away, he'll throw out a $25 gift card or something. He's got some good thermal tackle, some good hooks. He carries a lot of stuff that people on here sell. I think he sells some of the bloodline stuff, structure snakes, the rigs, all kind of stuff, the hooks that Stacy uses. So holler at Dale Dunaway if you need some tackle. It's dalestackle.com.
The winner of the structure snakes is Bradley Thomas. Make sure you contact me, Bradley. You can contact me on Facebook, Messenger up under Stacy Gaston. That's what I prefer you to contact me on. If you don't have me there, you can go to SmackDown Catfishing, which if you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, and you can contact me on there. I'll get your address and make sure you get it there to him.
Chad Weiss, on these, the weight, I can probably speak for Stacy also. The heavier you use, the more they cost you. So use the lightest one you can that's going to hold your rig on the bottom. If you're in a little bit of current, it's probably going to take you 3 or 4, 5, 6 ounces to hold it down. But still lake water and stuff, you could probably get by with 2 ounce pulling. If you use Demon Dragons, Dragon Shads, the Kirby Bobber, or whatever you use, you just want to have it keep it on the bottom. That would determine what weight you would need to use, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I would say the least amount that you can get by with, the better it's going to be of not hanging. It's just going to just be able to pop over stuff a little bit easier. So using the very lightest on a lake that it's got very little bit of current, hey, 3 ounces is my go-to. That's what I got a bunch of them there in my boat, 3 to 4 ounces, and that's what I'm dragging the majority of the time. Chad, good to see you this afternoon, tuned in with us, man. Chad Bailey, he's got a Size Matters, been on our program before. Got a YouTube channel.
He's a good one.
Yes, sir. He sure is. A great cat fisherman. Y'all tune in with him.
He's
we got some more stuff to give away. We got 2 more things to give away here, Joey.
Yeah.
We need to get ready to close this program out. It's like every other thing, man. We get talking and time just flies by.
We can do it.
So, hey, let's give away them 40 spoons.
All right. What we have is, I think I have 3 packs left. Whoever wins, get with me. I will send you a picture and tell you the colors. It's your choice. But I go, and it seems it always happens this way, but I like to throw it out there because if I won something, I would want it immediately. I would want it the next day, and I know y'all are the same way. I work the next 4 days, so Tuesday, Wednesday. So this right here, if I can convince my wife to get it out to you, to get there sooner. But if not, I'll be mailing it probably next Monday. But more than likely, she'll get it out to you. But if not, it will be in the mail on Monday, and the winner will get their choice of the 3 colors that I have, Stacy. And let's do lucky number 2 for whoever is going to get these spoons. It's for a card of 12. I think they cost you about $30 or so. So, and they are, if you have skipjacks in your area, supposedly they are the cat's meow on skipjack fishing. So,
Number 2 right here, Jim Catman Clark. You know Jim.
oh, draw another one. He's not eligible to win. I do know Jim. I will get them to you, Jim. You let me know the color that you want, and I'll get them to you. Jim is another good guy. He's a good one. He's got his own YouTube channel as well. I think it's Kentucky Catman. So if y'all are YouTube fans out there, check him out. He's a local guy. Does a lot of bank fishing as well. So congratulations, Jim.
We got Paul Brenda Presley tuned in with us tonight.
Paul Bender.
Yes, sir.
Stacy, I want to throw this out there too. There's a lot of these guys on here. A lot of y'all, when Stacy and I are fishing together, I guarantee you your ears are burning. This Pole Bender, Big Blue Hunter, David in the Woods, about all of you are mentioned in our conversations when we're out fishing. So,
and y'all don't see him on him, but you heard me talk about him, Double Barrel Darrell.
Yeah. See what you made me do.
Yeah, see what you made me do. I got one more giveaway. This is something that's been donated by one of the guys here that watches our program. We're going to give away 2 of the SmackDown rod holders.
Man.
So, again, we're going to give them right there away. So if you're in the comment thing, y'all need to go ahead and they got SDC all in this right here. So let me know something. Give me another number between 1 and 5, and let's go with that.
Stacy, I don't think we've done number 5 yet. I don't want to do number 1. I think we need to do number 5. And Chad Bailey, you're welcome, buddy. You're a good one. I enjoy your videos with your kids, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this, Stacy, and you might want to back it up with me. Keep that mullet going, buddy. That thing is getting more Joe Dirtish by the day. That thing is rocking. You'd fit perfectly down here in Kentucky, boy, walking around with that mullet.
Seth Evans. Seth Evans. Contact me. You are the winner of the 2 SmackDown rod holders. I got a couple of different colors there that you can choose from. Just give me a buzz there on Facebook Messenger, and I'll make sure that you're taken care of. You get a hold to me tonight, first thing in the morning. I'll ship them out to you tomorrow.
Stacy,
yeah.
John Patrick in the chat said, "You have corrupted my 10-year-old daughter. She caught her first catfish and yelled, 'Smackdown!'" So there you go.
I love that. Oh, that right there, that's priceless, man.
Yep, that's good stuff.
You know, one of the things, Joey, that I don't call myself no best fisherman. I don't even try to even come close. I just like to fish, to have fun, to entertain, spread enthusiasm, and just maybe somehow or another make people attracted to fishing, whether it's kids or whoever it may be. And so every time I hear something like that, and then them little kids, I mean, Chad Bryan has sent me videos of his granddaughter running around the house hollering, "Smack down, baby,
Oh yeah,
smack down."
yes, sir. That's what it's about. Enjoying yourself doing it. That's why I do it. My wife gets on. I mean, don't get on me, but when I tell her I'm going fishing, sometimes you can just see her like, "Are you serious? You've been 15 times in the last month and ain't caught a fish." To me, it ain't all about all that. Catching a fish is a bonus. I just love being out there, man. And it's my dad started taking me when I was a young kid, and I remember. I'll be 46-year-old at the end of this month, good Lord willing. And I remember begging my dad whenever, back when we was younger, let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. And there's a lot of people around that need to get involved into getting some of them young kids out there fishing, because as the world, as we see it nowadays, they sure need it. It's they need to go fishing. That's for sure.
Well, I was fortunate enough to grow up with a dad and a couple of uncles that were outdoorsmen. And we would go on fishing trips and be gone for 2 or 3 days. And same thing was with hunting. That literally, we hunted and fished all the time. And that's what we done. That's about one of the only things that I know. Hey, we got Catfish Weekly tuned in here with us this afternoon. Hey,
Good deal. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I reckon that's Lyle. Lyle, good to see you, man. Good to have you tuned in, my friend.
Lyle or Cindy?
Yeah, it's one of the two, ain't it?
It is.
Guys, we're fixing to get ready to get off of here this afternoon. I'm sorry that we couldn't get the connection. We had tried this. We had done a pre-run with Jaybird yesterday, and everything seemed to do all right. I don't know what happened tonight. Maybe we can get him back on at a later time. I want to share this with you. I think it's fitting for the times that we're in and the things that we're going through. There was a question that was asked, and this was asked to Jesus. And they asked him, said, which is the great commandment of the law? And Jesus said this, thou to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and the great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And I want to tell you something. If you would do them two things, it'll solve the world's problems.
I agree.
Love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. God bless you. May the peace of God be upon you. May a hedge of protection be about you and your family, about your kids, your grandkids in this very chaotic time that we're going through. May the angels of the Lord be around you to produce a hedge of protection around you to protect you from any harm, any danger, any sickness, or any disease in the mighty name of Jesus. God bless y'all, and we will see y'all next week.